Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is another weekly plan with me video. Before we get started, I would just like to draw your attention to some of the links I have in my description about Black Lives Matter, the terror bill in the Philippines, and what's going on right now in Yemen. These are really important issues that you should take some time to learn about, educate yourself, sign some petitions, and take some sort of action. Everything I have in my description is a great place to get started, and with that being said, please enjoy this video. So today is a weekly plan with me. I am using these pens. One is a Uni Alpha Gel Gold Gel Pen, Uni Alpha Gold Gel Pen, and a Pilot Kakuno Fountain Pen in the medium size nib inked with Troublemaker Inks Hanging Rice. It's a green color, you'll see. Then I'm using these Tombow Dual Brush Pens. I didn't end up using the beige one, but I used the other four. Yeah, I think I used the other four. I'll also have the numbers listed in the description. I have these washi tapes. I only ended up using one of them actually, and they are both from Itoya in Japan. And of course, my Tsuki bullet journal right there, boom. And it's an A5 size dot grid journal, 160 GSM, pretty great. And yeah, let's just get started. This theme is a summer garden theme. So I'm starting out by just drawing like a pretty classic like tree slash bush. This style of tree was like on a washi tape that I owned from like Daiso, so I thought I would just draw it again. It's pretty simple. You just draw like the clusters of leaves and then connect them later with the brown brush pen to draw like the branches and stems, which you'll see in just a sec. This is all in real time, by the way. I just cut out the parts where I'm like being indecisive and not knowing where to put like things. So everything in this video is in real time. None of it is sped up. I just cut out parts where nothing is happening. So yeah, I hope you guys have been doing well. This video is kind of late. I usually post on Saturdays, I think. But I honestly don't have an excuse really of being late. I just played Animal Crossing all weekend and didn't feel like getting around to editing this video. Yeah. The next thing that I am going to draw is just like a little leaf. Oh, I did not cut out the indecisiveness here. That's pretty funny. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry about that. This leaf is like a pretty classic. You just draw a single stroke, couple round leaves on the side. So here's, I guess this is like a half plan with me video, half like learn to draw plants. I didn't really have like a vision going into this. Like I didn't know it was going to be like a summer garden theme, because my May plan with me video, like my May monthly setup was already like a Zen garden theme, so I had to kind of be slightly different from that, but I wasn't really decided yet. And on the right side, I am putting a branch with, I'll add yellow flowers in a sec, you'll see. So how I usually make my spreads is I draw the elements that I want first. So I have like a theme or a color palette, some sort of like motif that I would like to include. I space it out in my head, or sometimes I just like wing it, but first I draw the visual like decorative elements first, like the big parts that will take up large areas of space. After that, I would put in spaces for each day of the week. Although sometimes I get kind of carried away and I end up not having enough space, but that's only happened a couple times. Most of the time, there's always plenty of space, like for anything that I need, especially now that it's summertime. I don't really have that many tasks per day, nor do I have any events per day because pandemic. And like I don't go out that much. I don't have school except for one summer course. So my life is not very eventful right now, like in terms of my day-to-day schedule. So yeah, I added some yellow blossoms and then some little leaves using the green Tombow brush pen again. Honestly, I really love Tombow brush pens, but they're not necessary. Like a really good alternative for them is Crayola Super Tips. You may have seen them in like my previous videos, but they do like exactly the same thing. Although you could probably get better line variation with Tombows, but the value of Crayola Super Tips is just wild. Like you can get 100 pack for about the same cost as like probably less than a 10 pack of Tombos. Like I have 20 like Crayola Super Tips, and they cost me like $3. They were on sale at Walmart, and I was like, I need to get these, and I use them for like, I use them just as often as Tombos. So if you're new to bullet journaling, you don't need to buy Tombos like right off the bat. Maybe practice your lettering first, use some Crayola Super Tips first, that way there's no pressure in ruining like an expensive art supply. So yeah, although with Tombos you get like really nice like line variation, like what I did here with June, and then you get some pretty nice blending. So what I do in this is like an old technique, it's not new by any means, but you just take a darker color, like a darker shade, and then layer it on top of whatever you want to have a gradient, and then you go back in with a lighter color. So I'm gonna get the lighter green, and I blend it out in between. So it's just a couple strokes in between to just have a gradient effect. If you look closely, it's actually pretty rough, but from far away, you like get a pretty good sense of the gradient, and it's like quite a nice way to like elevate your lettering, really. So yeah, I usually don't do a lot of like calligraphy. Most of the time my lettering is very like basic. I don't do like traditional cursive calligraphy, but I see that like Tombos are really, really good for that, but Crayola Super Tips do the job too. This is a Uni Alpha pen, like I said earlier. I really love these gel pens, especially the ones from Uni Pen Company. They're super pigmented, and my mistake here was I didn't let it dry. I should have let the brush pen dry before putting the gold on top, because I feel like the gold didn't stand out as much. After I filmed this video, I went over it again. It didn't really help, like it got kind of like muddled, so I would recommend you let it dry first before writing over it. Same goes for using like a white gel pen. Always let something dry before you write over it. Now I'm doing the same branch technique with the brown pen again. To draw branches is pretty straightforward. One long branch, a couple of twigs hanging off the sides. Yeah, then I'm going to add leaves to it in a sec, but it was just like, you know, an extra thing to add to the title, make it kind of cute. And then I'm also going to add like yellow blossoms, I think. I think I did that, I'm not too sure. Yes, I did. Yeah, that's the yellow marker. So yeah, the Tombos that I am using in this video all came from the same pack, like the same 10 pack. It's called the secondary color pack, and I really liked it because it gives you 2 shades of green, 2 shades of like yellow orange, 2 shades of purple, and then a red and 2 shades of brown. So you like, the one downside is you don't get a single cool color, like, or sorry, not a single, you don't get a blue. So that was like something I've been missing for a while until I got Crayolas, but even then I'm still kind of missing a nice blue. But yeah, it's still like a really good color selection. I would highly recommend the secondary pack. Like if you're gonna get your first pack of Tombos, it's like muted, it's nice. Okay, now I'm making a mini calendar. If you've been watching my videos, you'll know that the mini calendar does absolutely nothing for me but fill space. It really defeats the purpose of the bullet journaling system, where, you know, everything is meant to be a productivity tool that makes you more organized, whereas I'm seriously just filling space. I'm using the fountain pen for this. It's green ink, you don't really see it well, but I like using fountain pens in my journal whenever I can. Yeah, this washi tape is from Itoya in Japan. It's a stationery store that I visited when I went to Tokyo this past Christmas, and this was my first time using this like washi tape, so I think I bought too many washi tapes there because I probably should have used it by now. But this was like how I got the idea of the color palette for the spread. If you can see in the washi tape, it's orange, brown, and green. So a great way to choose a color palette is to choose a washi tape that you already have, and then just go with that color palette or whatever theme is on it. That's a really great way to like match your theme to your stationery, or to just come up with like ideas if you don't have any, because you already probably have something at home that can inspire you. And yeah, this next part is called a running to-do list. You may not have seen running to, actually no, you've definitely, like, running to-do lists are basically what I do if I am having a super busy week, and I did have a super busy week in terms of school. Like I said, my life is not eventful, but my summer course is pretty wild. Yeah, so on the left side, it's the days of the week, and on the right side is the tasks. So whenever I have a task, I'll write it on the right side and draw a box underneath Monday or Sunday. And then, like, you'll see it better on my Instagram where I post like a half-used version, but essentially it's like, that way you only need to write each task down once, because you know how if you do a normal like daily log, let's say you don't do your laundry on Monday, you just cross it, or you don't cross it off, you write do laundry on Tuesday. Let's say you don't do it on Tuesday, you do it on Wednesday. So you end up having to copy something multiple times. So this running task list like it like gets around that problem. I suggest looking it up. I did a bad job of explaining it. I'm so sorry. This is the weekly events like overview, I want to say, or table. It looks like a table. I'm just using the yellow accent color as a header for each of the days of the week, and then writing in the days on the side. Oh shoot, I should have cut that part out. I'm using the fountain pen to divide up the boxes. It's 4x4, which is plenty of space given the fact that I don't do much. And then I use a zebra gel pen just to write over it. And you'll see it in a sec, like right about now. Oh, I just wrote over it, yeah. And then I wrote in some small headers with the brush pens. If you see the top left corner, the left page has a lot of empty space. That's where I just write a couple lines a day, like, straightforward, like, Dear Diary, this is what I did today, but without the Dear Diary part. So yeah, that's about it for this spread. I am so sorry for my rambling. I hope you guys liked this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, check out my Instagram and my TikTok, both at lexiesdesk. Oh, and my Etsy shop. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Stay safe, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye!